I started breastfeeding after our second child, Frost, was born. My wife wanted to switch to formula because of the mastitis, the cracked bloody nipples, the thrush. But I knew the health benefits with the colostrum, the bonding, not to mention the saved expenses. It was a little bit alarming at first, but eventually I found some like-minded guys like myself, and they understood that nature will provide.
They make those babies that are more lifelike.
His eyes are pretty interesting.
Kind of a little more.
All right, this is great, guys. Let's bring it in here. Let's move on to the next part of the meeting. I started this movement after my son was born. It wasn't fair that my wife had to handle it all on herself. I mean, guys just don't have nipples for no reason. So a little research and some perseverance, and all of a sudden I had, Old Faithful on my hands. So when my children were grown, I knew I couldn't let it all just die. There's too much love here. So I founded the Male Lactation Coalition.
It just wasn't fair. I mean, my wife was breastfeeding our newborn. She had her bonding time. Sure, I could have used a bottle, but it just seemed so sterile. I mean, she had nature, and I had plastic. So as I visualized it, I really wanted it. Sort of like an amputee who feels their limbs. And suddenly my breasts started swelling. There was a stirring in the nipple, and suddenly I was lactating.
It's perfectly natural. I've never understood the controversy.
The controversy is that it's unnatural. It's not part of God's plan. Breastfeeding is between a woman and her child. Men are not a part of that. They can change the diapers, they can go to the store. When it comes to breastfeeding, that's for females only. Okay? Men feed standing up, and women feed their babies through their breasts. It's the way God intended. See? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. That's why I plan on using my position as county commissioner to nip this abomination in the bud before we have men exposing themselves all over town for all to see. It's disgusting.
Well, Walter's wife hasn't exactly been supportive, but he's still working on her, and he's not letting it stop him.
It wasn't easy. Not like you and Tabitha.
Whose turn is it?
Rock, paper, scissors. I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right, before we do move on, does anyone have any questions, concerns, discoveries?
Well, Todd was talking a little earlier about using magnetic stimulation to draw out the iron content in the milk.
Great idea. I love it when you bring science into this. Just so happens I have a magnet on me. I think you should give this therapy a little try. Let's see how it turns out.
All right. I feel it.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Thanks. I don't actually have kids. Just very active memories. Just like there are male nurses, there could be male wet nurses. We can't help who we are.
We are what we are. You can't change nature. You can't rewrite 3,000 years of human existence. I mean, look at my husband. Look at him. He doesn't think it's right. He knows his place and he's happy with it. I mean, those other men should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, how do they look at themselves in the mirror? I mean, this is right. This is how it should be. Alright, I'm gonna go get Brooklyn. Make sure that milk is warm, but not too warm. Alright. I gotta be somewhere. I'll be home by 6.
Hey. Who are you looking for? You looking for Mama? No, shh, it's daddy time.
I think my wife will one day get it. She says she's against it, but she's been sleeping more and more through the baby's cries, and I think she'll come around. It's a new time in human history. It's exciting.
Let's admit it. Which one of us has actually tasted their own milk?
You should see him in the winter.
Well, sometimes it doesn't feel like she's getting anything.
Well, is she latching on good?
Well, I don't know. How's it supposed to feel?
Let me show you.
Well, you know, hops naturally stimulates milk production. So, if you're drinking a good microbrew, it's good for you and the baby. Yes, stimulate the areola. Oh, counterclockwise, that's good. That's good.
Try my magnets.